Pats Nation, what's going on, man? It's a victory Monday, man. Victory with the big W, man. We got that big W yesterday against the daggone Carolina Panthers, 42-13, man, in a blowout fashion. Blowout. I mean, that was a complete blowout. Might let D in shortly. We did make a little side bet that the game was going to be a little close. So, but I came out of the wrong getting that, man. But hey, first hit that like button, hit the share button. Make sure you are subscribed to the Ken's Pat Talk Patriots podcast, man. I really, really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it, bro. What's going on with you?
What's good, bro?
Not much, man. How you feel on a victory Monday, man?
Feel good, man. Feel good to hit that dub, man.
Man, you sound relaxed, like you just knew that was gonna happen. Like you ain't got a word in the world.
I told you. Yeah, man. I told you that. I knew that was gonna happen, bro.
Well, I knew we'd win too, but I just didn't know it would be like that. But that's the NFL, man. You have some games like that. You have some blowouts. You have some close ones. You have some nail biters. But that was a good game, man. For the Patriots, Drake May, man, just fabulous. He didn't throw the ball 20, 30 times, but he still with what he did yesterday. He was very efficient. The running game got going. The receivers were getting separation, getting open. The defensive line was harassing Bryce Young. They have a lot of sacks, but they were getting to him. It wasn't a lot of, it was a few penalties. Wasn't a lot of penalties. We kind of calmed that with no turnovers either. So let's see if we can take that into week 5. We got a lot of time for week 5, but we ain't gonna get into that right now. Just gonna do a recap of what happened yesterday in New England. Panthers, Patriots. Man, what are a couple of things that stood out to you?
The urgency, man. Like the complementary football. I feel like each unit, played up to high levels. Like special teams. Seeing the Marcus Jones punt return, you could have had 2 of them on the day.
Man, how you let a punter catch you?
That's crazy. The defense, after that first drive, I mean, both sides of the ball always get off to a slow start.
Yeah.
So the I seen a stat where it said each team that we played at home always scored on the first drive. So I mean, yeah, the defense always get off to a slow start, such as the offense, but I just felt like they all rebounded, defense, held Panthers in check. The offense came and scored 42 unanswered points.
It's almost like the defense kind of, now the offense do start out slow sometimes too, but it's almost like the defense, it's almost like the defense kind of like going through the motion, just filling things out for that first drive. Let's see what y'all got, and then we're going to adjust. That's what it seemed like they did. But they did it against the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, that offense came out, scored the first drive. The Raiders, Geno Smith and that offense came out, scored the first drive. We did a good job against Miami, but then after that first drive, Miami started getting going into scoring and whatnot. It's kind of seems like the defense kind of just, I ain't gonna say they don't be ready to play, but they just kind of going through the motion doing like a big fill out process during the first drive of the game, and then they kind of adjust because after the first drive, yesterday, Carolina didn't do anything. I mean, they might got a couple first down, but other than that, they didn't do much. It got so bad that they had to put Andy Dalton in later on in the game. So I mean, the defense had a really good solid day, getting out the field on third down after that first drive. Getting after Bryce Young, like I just said in the opening. The sack numbers and the totals don't really stand out to you, but some of it don't. Some of it you can't tell by the stat. You're not gonna see it on the stat sheet. The pressures, Milton Williams, Christian Barmore probably had one of his best games. Chase on it, Landry. I mean, I think the defense did a solid job against the run. I just think overall it was a good performance, and they have to remain consistent and carry this in week to week. And I think if they can do that, they'll be all right. On offense, the offensive line is getting good. It's getting better. It's improving. Will Campbell, 0 pressures he allowed. Morgan Moses. We were worried about the Morgan Moses signing and how they was kind of managing his workload during the practices and training
Yeah.
camp and stuff like that. He's been very good and on the radar. And it's early. We're only a month into the season, but it's been pretty good. Garrett Bradbury, I think we were most concerned about him. He's been solid. I mean, the offensive line, I mean, yeah, the rushing numbers don't look great, but they did get over 100 yards yesterday, and they doing okay. I think it can be better. What's really stood out to you is like being very like what's just one asset of the game of this team so far that stood out to you that it's really impressed you and shocked you too.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm shocked about the operation of offense because I always felt like, I mean, you know how high I was on Drake, man. You know how high I am on Drake, man. But if we being real, I am kind of surprised, like just how efficient it is, man. I mean, you always hear in training camp
The
how they
numbers are staggering, man, crazy.
and I remember was going over this in the off season. The higher Josh McDaniels, how I was telling you that Josh McDaniels had a Mac Jones led offense in the top 10 in points per game. I mean, I feel like we can be top 10 in the offense in points per game if it wasn't for 5 turnovers against the
Yep,
Steelers.
yep.
But we lead that game back where is that. But overall, it's the operation on offense, man. It just feel like I honestly I feel like each week
Getting
we
better.
seeing like the leap of a Drake May is here. Like you can tell the game is slowing down for him, and
Mhm.
it's like a surreal feeling, man. It's like, dang, we really got a quarterback.
I just want us to be consistent. Can we take this in a week by week? He looks real good. He didn't turn the ball over this week. Let's see how it looks in week 5. I mean, I just want it to be consistent because as good as it was yesterday, man, it could be a daggone disaster this Sunday night in Buffalo. So let's say I want him to. I want this to be a continuing factor, not just with May, but just the performance, the energy. You're going on the road this week. We will get into that game later on in the week, but I want to see them carry it over because they hadn't won. We read out the stat. They hadn't won back to back games in a couple years. It's been a while since they won back to back games. Can they finally get off that slide? Can they finally do that? So that's gonna be what I'm looking forward to seeing this week. A little more on the Panthers. Ted, what he had? Couple catches. Well, he had about I think 4 or 5 catches, 50 to 60 yards. But on Gonzo, he did catch 2 passes, but it wasn't much. He was Gonzo. I think Gonzo did a solid job on Ted. For it being his first game back, Ted didn't really do much. Ted was dealing with a calf issue too. No touchdowns, didn't have nowhere near 100 yards. How you think Gonzo looked yesterday in his first game back in action?
I mean, you can tell that was a player coming back from missing 2 months of the season. I mean, he wasn't terrible or bad or anything, but like some of the things Gonzo, I mean, you can just tell that was a player coming back from a significant injury. So I mean, all that takes time, and I wasn't expecting to see an all pro Gonzo in his first game back. But to let me piggyback on Drake May for a second. Let me give you a Drake May stat. I know you already seen it, but I know you probably don't know this part of the stat. So Drake May has had a 75 plus completion percentage and threw 2 plus touchdowns in each of the last 3 games. The only quarterback ahead of him is Tom Brady,
Mm,
and Tom Brady did it 4 times. And in those 4 weeks, in that season, Tom Brady won MVP. And the 3 people Drake May is tied with to do that is Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, and Kurt Warner. All
ridiculous.
all 3 of them won the MVP that year.
That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous, man.
That's ridiculous. And we was texting back and forth about it earlier. With what's it's not the fact that he's doing that. It's not even the fact. It's not even the competition. I don't want to hear nothing about it. Some of these teams are bad. It's what he's working with. He's not working with a lot. He doesn't have a big time number 1 wide receiver, a Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, C. Dillon. He doesn't have that. He has CD Lamb, a 30. I'm not Stephon Diggs, a 31 year old coming off a torn ACL, and that's all he has. Keyshawn Boots are solid too. Pop can barely get on the field, and that's really it. I mean, a young offensive line, new play caller, and this is what has Drake May is looking. That's what's so impressive about it. It's not the teams he's going against; it's what he's working with, and that shows you right there. The sky is the limit for his progress and how much better he can get. We're a month to the season, and knock on wood, if he can stay healthy, and the guys around him can stay healthy, I think we're building something nice. And I think the sky, I think the sky's the limit.
Yeah, man. That's why I say, man, it's like it's a real feeling like finally got a quarterback again. But uh, to touch on some of the defense, yes, how you think the yeah, I agree with that, Jamari. How you think like the defense overall, like Barmore, Mill Williams, like how you think those guys been looking
I
so
think the stats don't show it, but they've been playing real good the past couple weeks. Barmer was an animal yesterday. I mean, stats don't show everything. They don't show all the holding calls and all that, but Barmer was an animal. He started to if Barmer is starting to come into his own, oh, we got something because we're going to need it. We're going to need it. And
and
we did what we're supposed to do. 42-13 is what you're supposed to do against a bad team, against a bad offensive line, and we dominated. Had we went out there and lost that game, had we went out there and got no sacks and we got Ren all on and Bryce Young had our day in the pocket, they'd be talking about it. They'd be saying, "Oh, they doing this against they're not good. They can't do nothing against the Panthers." So the fact that they came out and they kind of punched him in the mouth and didn't let their foot off the gas, you did this. You have to start separating yourself from some of these bad teams. We talked about that. From the Browns and the Saints and the Titans and some of these teams like that, you had to start separating yourself. And that's what they did. So I mean, hats off to them, man. Good. I just think they did what they're supposed to do. And that's all you can ask for, man. So 42-13. I did 42, yeah, 42-13, right?
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it was so bad. I don't even remember the daggone final score. I don't think like they could play any better. And they left some plays on the field too. May miss Diggs a couple times wide up on the field. He could have had more touchdowns than that. Like I think they let the offense in. They probably went. Could have put up 50 plus points. So I like what I've seen, man. I think the sky's the limit. I like what I've seen. They just got to they got to keep it up. They got to continue on, and I want to see them build on this going into Buffalo this Sunday, man. So that's what I want to see.
hmm,
Not gonna lie, I gave up on Barmer. He's back. He's back like he never. Yeah,
nah,
I mean, defensive tackle is a tough position because you don't see all the holding calls and the double teams and stuff like that. Like everybody ain't gonna be Aaron Donald. When you hear Aaron Donald's name called every when he was in, you hear his name called every day gonna play every game. You're not gonna you don't have a lot of Aaron Donalds. That I like Chris Jones from the Chiefs. He's about the closest thing to it. But other than that, you're not going. Defensive tackle is a hard position because you get double team and triple team and a lot of things that you do don't really show up in the stat sheet on the stat book.
and
So
to touch on that, I feel like I never gave up on Barmore. Like it's the thing with Barmore. I mean, he's coming back from
serious
blood
health
clots and
condition.
stuff. Yeah, man. So it's like I always knew that was gonna take time. Like I was holding like if he was still like on the slow trajectory, like through week 10, I'm just like I get this whole year like a ramp up every game, get him back to where he was at. So I mean, uh, like this, if you look at like like graphs and data, I mean, you see that he's at the top. He's like one of the most double team defensive tackles in the league, and that just shows you how much teams still respect him with coming off
Six
blood clot.
catches and $100. I mean, 100 yards.
7 catches and $100.
Man, that's tough. I mean, yeah, I think with Barmore, he's coming off the scary health situation, and I think last year there was no expectation. Whatever you got from him, whenever he did come back, I mean, look, he's back on the field. He wasn't Christian Barmore last year. This year, you're starting to see it every game. He slowly come back to form, and then you get that Barmore that we got yesterday. You get Milton Williams every game. This is what they envisioned. They built that's how they built built this team this offseason. If you can continue, if they can be consistent, and you get Barmore, Milton Williams, that front, that's going to be crazy. They're going to give teams headaches. They're going to give offensive lines problems, man. I'm telling you. So I'm interested in seeing what happens with that. Uh, Stephon Diggs. Before we get off and pick these Monday night games already going on, but we still gonna pick them. Stephon Diggs, 6 catches, 101 yards. What did you like about Diggs' performance yesterday, man? Very solid.
I mean, just like with him, man. I was being patient with him. He coming off a torn ACL. You know, like these receivers coming off an ACL don't never look the same until that second year. But I mean, he's 31. You don't. I mean, maybe he is around
Yeah,
next year, but the usage he was in, his snap count increased, his role in the slot increased. So I mean, he was dynamic throughout every spot at the receiver position, slot, wide, edge. I seen him at edge making
mhm.
plays like that. Back shoulder down the sideline. He was at edge, ran the go ball. I mean, he's you can see it. He's ramping up, and he's ramping up at the right time. Like he's building that. You see that chemistry with him and Drake May versus that chemistry with Pop.
It probably
And
was made best ball of the day too. That one and probably that one of them. No, I think the one of Hunter Henry.
and when he threw that, I'm like, it's 4th and 3. I mean, I get we up 35-6. I'm like, who he throwing to down the right sideline like that? I
Oh, it
know
was
nobody.
Kayshawn. I didn't know it was Diggs.
I was like, I know nothing. I know nobody ain't got no separation out there. So he throwing just a prayer. I say, what a ball and what a ball, bro. Like just to know where to put it to where and only elite receivers catch things like that, back shoulders and be just to see them connect on that tells me how good their chemistry is starting to become.
Yeah, man. And I'm not expecting 100 yards from him every week. I don't think we're gonna need it. If he does that, that's tremendous. That's great. That's great. Not expecting that every week. So not, I mean, but I could see 4 or 5 for 50 to 60, something like that. I could see something like that. We can get you half of that. But we're starting to see Stephon Diggs a slow ramp up, a slowly, and we talked about this. Every week he's getting more. You're giving him more of the pie, more of the pie, more of the pie. He's getting more. He's getting more reps. And he's slowly. And then this week we completely switched position. He was in the slot a lot. He's playing slot, a little bit of Z, a little bit of X. He's basically taking over Pop Douglas. I just seen a comment here, Mr. Mine. I think he took Douglas Snap. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's basically taking over for Pop
he
Douglas in the
did.
slot. Come in, Diggs is kind of like Pop. I don't know what you got going on the slot, but we can't have this right now. We're gonna put Diggs at slot, Mac Hollins on at X. No, Kayshawn Booty at X, Hollins at Z, and then or they switched that up. So your top three receivers yesterday was Kayshawn Booty, Stephon Diggs, and Mac Hollins. We even saw a lot more Cal Williams. Now he didn't have any catches, but he's starting to get like a slowly ramp up. And what I like about it, there's no number one wide receiver. Diggs might be the closest thing you have, but everybody gets a piece of the pie. The open person gets the ball. Every week is somebody different. First week it was Kayshawn Booty. In Miami it was Mondre Stevenson. Week 3 against the Steelers it was Hunter Henry. Then yesterday it was Stephon Diggs. So every week you're getting somebody else different being your leading receiver. That way teams don't know who to take out. And I like that. I like it. So I like what I'm seeing with Stephon Diggs. He's not even a full year removed from that ACL injury and just put up 101 yards on 6 catches. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I want to see can he keep that up, man. The main thing, the big thing right now is just consistency, consistency, consistency. Jamari says facts, DJ. Okay, you're talking about when you said there's no separation. I'm like, who he throwing to?
All right, I'm like, dang. I hope that's Cal Williams out there. He just, but
That whole
yeah,
play was nice. Yep, back
yeah,
to the fade. It was not on 4th and 3, I believe. It's crazy. I want to see Chisholm out there to give him a chance. Yeah, I mean, if you ain't gonna use Pop, you might well get Chisholm in there.
all right. Nah, I'm cool with Dez in the slot right now, man. Let him
Well,
play
I mean,
the
I'm not in this just playing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But in the touch on Pop real quick, I'm starting to think Pop be running the wrong route depth, man. I'm thinking he not like the stuff that Dez like. You see, Dez ran that deep over yesterday where Drake May connected on it, and I'm like, is that number 8 that deep in the middle? Like we didn't think Stephon Diggs was gonna be like one of our like explosive plays this year where he catching a 20-yard crosser or something like that. Like you see Pop run that, and Drake may throw it to the other team. So it's like, for me, I'm thinking Pop running the wrong route depth or something, man. Something ain't right.
Well, he was out there on some blocking plays, and he was blocking yesterday. Now I ain't gonna say he was the most effective, but he was trying.
You know, I saw him, man. He
So that's
tried to
good though. That's good. I mean, he's accepting his role, and who knows, man? Maybe this coming weekend, Buffalo, this will be up the Pop Douglas game. But so far, just haven't really had that. Just haven't really gotten the snaps since week one. They didn't do much with those snaps. I think I like how they quickly got away from it and say, you know what? We're not gonna stay with this. It's not working. You're undersized. You're small. We use you as a gadget guy. He's still been on the field, still been active, which is a good sign. But he just hadn't been getting the reps with the starting offense like that, man. So I think Pop has really right now probably like your fourth, fifth receiver right now. That's basically what he is. So we'll see what happens going into Buffalo. Maybe and Papa's had some decent games against the Bills. A couple of years ago, I know he had a solid game when they went to Buffalo. I think I want to say it's probably the first 4 years starting. Then last year in the game where they played for the draft pick, he had a solid game. Kayshon Boutte has had 2 consecutive 100-yard games against the Buffalo Bills. Last year he had one, and then he had the game that they let us win, and then in Buffalo in Buffalo a few weeks before then, when we had that 14-point lead, Kayshon Boutte had a solid game then. So Kayshon Boutte he plays good when he plays the Buffalo Bills, especially last 2 meetings. So I can't wait for this game on Sunday, man. We got all week to talk about that. But that's gonna be it for tonight, man. Let's pick these Monday night football games, man. They already on. Dolphins, Jets. Dolphins up right now, 3-0. Who you got?
I got Jets.
I got Dolphins winning. I think it's time for them to get when they coming off a little smart mini bye week. Remember they played last Thursday in Buffalo. I think Dolphins are close this one out. Bengals and Broncos. I think I'll take Denver.
Broncos.
Yeah. I think it'll be close to what people think, but I think Denver will end up winning, man. Guys, make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you share the content and make sure you are subscribed to the Ken's Pat Talk Pitches podcast. Check out my socials all week for the latest updates from the team and from my show. We will be live again on Thursday. We got one more comment. The Bills defense suspect. Oh, we're gonna get into that Thursday, man. Make sure y'all guys are back on Thursday, man. Well, I will be live Wednesday with Midweek Motion with Pat's Planet. We're gonna do a recap of the Panthers game and a preview of the Bills and Patriots this Sunday. Then me and D will be back as always Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you guys check me out, man. Hey, I'm ready, man. Got a big week, big game. Let's get into it, man. So appreciate you guys joining me. Make sure you liking up the stream. Make sure you subscribe. And see you guys later on in the week, man. That's gonna be it, bro. Go Pats.
Pats, man.
Yes, sir.